It's Mike Monday here, and today I would say is day one of this Synecdoche album project. So after yesterday, which was day zero, when I explained what I was doing and where the idea has come from, I knew I had to create a version of the theme which was the theme, the Synecdoche theme. Because the original track that the idea has come from, which got me excited in the first place, this one, there we go, this. It's too kind of complicated. There's all sorts of things that come in. What we want with a theme and variations is for the theme to be very kind of, this is the theme, a kind of very simple version of it. So what I did, first of all, was, and the reason I want a very clear articulation of the theme before I kind of splurge anything else out or do anything else at all, is just like I kind of want a very, very clean starting point. So what I started with was this. I'll just play some of it. I won't play all of it. So just this section, not this bit. Yep. And I had it at 60 BPMs. Yep. So this. So I did that, and I exported it and left it, and then I listened to it this morning, and that is probably a bit of a short amount of time to listen to it, but I kind of, with this, usually I would leave it longer before I listen to something, but this is almost like this needs to be kind of in some way kind of done, so that I can kind of move on. Because what I did after that, actually, in the next thing that I did was I just did a, and this is really crappy, but I just tried doing a kind of another variation on it, which is using the first bit of the melody, and it's rubbish. But I was just kind of feeling my way into the project. But what I realised was I just want a very clear statement of the theme, just for now. And when I listened back to the thing that I did yesterday, I realised that what actually I think would be much better was if I played it, because this is all very kind of programmed. Yeah. So if I actually played the theme, on some kind of instrument and then maybe put parts around it. But obviously, in order to play it, I couldn't remember it. So then what I did was I decided I know what I'm going to do, is I'm going to print out the music, which is what I did. So here you see is the printed score, so that I can actually play it. And it was interesting, actually, in printing it, I got a different perspective on the melody, and I changed just a couple of minor things about it. I added a bit at the end so that it went back to the original key, because it cycles around all of the keys, C, F, B flat, etc., etc. It's a circle of fifths, and then it ends up on C again. And there was a bit missing at the end to take it back to C. And also I changed a couple of notes around because I realised there was a better way of doing it. That only happened by me actually printing out the music. Anyway, so this morning, now I've got the music, I've been practicing playing this thing on one of my favourite piano sounds, which is the Spitfire felt piano. Well, this is the Olafur Arnoldson. I don't know how to say his name. I'll show you. Come on. This is my hard drive. I've got a crappy hard drive with some of the samples on, so whenever I open Contact, it has to open that. Okay, so Olafur Arnold's Composer Toolkit. This is the felt grand piano. And whether I use this as the actual statement of the theme on the final album, I don't know. But I'm going to try and play this now. So what I want to do, actually, is do two different versions. One with the metronome and one without the metronome. Okay. So first, let's do it with the metronome. See if I can get this right. Right, so what I then did was attempt to play it a number of different times, and I've edited that out. There's about 15 minutes of me trying to play it, and even getting as far as on the sheet music, writing the beats like I used to when I was a little kid to try to remember where the beats are. Because what's a little bit tricky, I mean, honestly, it shouldn't be that tricky given the amount of times, the amount of years I've read music, but I'm obviously very out of practice. What's a little bit tricky is that the melody it shifts where it is in the bar, and it's kind of difficult to sight read if you're completely out of practice like me. So I ended up writing the beats above the stave so that I could get it in some way right and not get it wrong. I tried it about 4 or 5 times, and then the other thing I did was also I remembered that I'd sped it up in order to play you the original idea I had for the theme. So I slowed it back down again to 50 BPMs. I sped it up to 60 to play you the thing, and I slowed it back down to 50. And here is me actually playing the thing vaguely properly. So what I'm noticing here is, because I'm learning it, I'm not going to get a good performance. It's very kind of mechanical, okay, but that's okay. I just want to get a performance that I can listen to and get into my head, right? Which is why I'm spending so much time on this. And what's interesting actually to bear in mind with this is the difference between the performance and the music. So if you're a singer, it's like, at the moment, I've got the music right, and I know what I'm doing with regard to the production. I'm just having a straight up piano, okay? But what I'm practicing is the performance, which is a totally separate issue, if you like, okay? So. In fact, what I noticed there was I might want to slow it down even more. Oh yeah, hang on, that's right. Let's do it at 45, see how that goes. That's too slow. 50. Right, so there are a few dodgy moments there, but that new speed, I made a mistake actually. In order to play you this bit, I sped it up, which explains, well, doesn't really, I mean, I should be able to play it that quickly. But anyway, maybe that was the problem. So let's just have a listen without the clicks. Right, so there's a bit of a problem here. I'll just sort that out. Cheat. Okay. It's just these two notes. Da, da, da. It's a bit out. Just move it a bit. So when I actually do the final performance, I'm not going to do any of this. I'm going to treat it as if it's going onto a tape, right? But just for me to have something. That bit just bugged me a bit. It's fine. So that's that. I'm actually decided I'm not going to do a version without the metronome for now. I might do that when I actually do the performance, but I don't think there's much point. So let's just see. I did that, do that a bit late, didn't I? Let's just move that a bit forward. Just want to hear what it sounds like with this underneath. What? Yeah, there's a lot I would change about that piano performance, i.e. I'd do it again after lots of practice, which is what I will do. But for now, this is fine. And what am I doing? What am I looking for? By the way, if you're wondering, I don't have all of these plugins. This is just what UAD does, Universal Audio. They show you everything. I don't have all of this, nor would I want all of this. It's confusing enough as it is already. As you can tell, I can't even remember what things I'm looking for because there's too many things in here, which is very frustrating. But anyway, I'm looking for the... Hopefully this mic has been working properly. Anyway, what is it? Oh, it's the... I don't remember. It's up here somewhere, is it? Feeling... There it is, Harrison. Let's hear what it sounds like, the EQ with Universal Piano. Let's try that. Having a wibble. Right, okay. Pedal dynamics, let's turn them up a bit. Just give it a bit of that. I feel like that EQ is too sizzly for this sound. And by the way, this is totally and utterly really a waste of time, what I'm doing right now. Sometimes. Let's try up here. Upright. Okay. Too much velocity on that last note. Mike Monday got a little excited. But as I said, what I am going to do when I actually do this, well, this is sounding pretty good to me, this kind of idea. When I actually do this, I am going to, in fact, what I am going to do is I'm going to start a bit earlier. going on with the pedal? There we go. That's a pedal. Just move you a bit forward. I like hearing the pedal go on before it starts. Anyway, what I am going to do is I'm actually going to definitely do a proper recording. When I say proper recording, I'm going to record it into MIDI, but of this part. Right. So that I don't edit it. It's going to be just me playing it, and then I'm going to add those bits on, you know, these synthy bits on at the end. But this is just the demo version. I think I would probably apply the pedal a little earlier if I was actually playing it. I'll do. Oh yeah, sorry, start with that. This is an omnisphere, by the way. This is Diva playing a really good sound called Wild Skies. I'll do. Right, so what I'm going to do, so get rid of all that, get rid of that. I'm not going to confuse myself, that's good. Oh, get rid of that. Right, so this is the actual piano part, the music, which I'm playing from. So I'll just name that piano part, music. Right. What is that clicking sound? Oh, who cares? Move that over. Yawn. There we go. Move you over there. Just going to mute you. No, not that. That. Boom. And then let's export this little sucker. And that can be the demo of the theme. Very serious. There's just one thing. The question is, do I do this? Yes, I do. So that's it. Let's bounce. Synecdoche Theme. And let's put that into splurge. In fact, let's put it in progress. No, let's put it into splurge because then it will create a card if there isn't one there already, and then we can get going. No. If you're wondering what I mean by create a card, there we go. I'm talking about this. So I actually need to sort this out because I've still got the album I was working on that I will finish after this Synecdoche project is done, and I need to sort out. I need to move some of these cards into the sketchbook and stuff. But these are individual cards, and each represent an idea or a track. This was the album I was finishing. This is the album that is being released as we speak, and by exporting into this Dropbox folder, I've got it set up so it automatically creates a card with the track attached here. So what I'll do now is I'll stop this video because it's been going on forever, and I will make another video showing you how I'm going to sort out my automatic music machine for this project. So speak to you soon.